without much of preliminaries, Lord Shiva has directly dealt with the subject as a unique method of meditation by which one can reach that absolute return. And this unique method is involving what is called the Soham Upasana. That is a type of meditation on Soham. I am that. This Soham meditation, it is being taught in many ways. According to one of the traditional methods, the technique adopted is you go on breathing deeply, and while breathing, while inhaling, say so, so, So when you say so, you inhale. When you say hum, you exhale. Then what happens is, it goes along with the breath automatically. And this is called Ajapa Upasana. Many of the mantras can be done in this manner by linking it with the inhalation and exhalation of breath. That method is known as Ajapa method. Then what happens is, it results in better concentration. Because while doing it, you are supposed to watch the breath mainly. So, when you watch the breath, your mind is conscious of the breath, and along with the breath, so hum will be going automatically. This is one of the conventional methods which many teachers have adopted. But there are more modern masters who have mixed up so many things along with it and they are giving it. That's a different issue. But this Soham was used for that purpose. And Soham alone, just by itself, just like a mantra, Soham, 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 to my knowledge, it has not been advocated anywhere. Yes, Aham Brahmasmi is a Mahavakya, saying that I am the Brahman, on which one could meditate. That is given there in the Upanishads. Or you can just meditate on the fact, Prajnanam Brahman, that Brahman is all consciousness, awareness. I am aware. So remaining in that consciousness, that is another method. There is another Mahavakya, or the great statement of the great aphorism of the Vedas, which has got four. While Tattvamasi is normally meant to teach others, Tattvamasi is a Mahavakya, which is meant for instruction by the preceptor to the disciple. While this Soham has been specifically confined to the realms of Sanyas mainly, they are given some special mantra known as Paramacharya Gayatri. They are supposed to leave away all the other mantras, including the Gayatri. When once they become monks, they are not entitled to worship any deities with forms. And they are not supposed to worship externally. All their worship is internal. So, for the monks, specifically for their evolution, it is told that Soham, it is used. It is not used alone. It is used along with the bigger mantra. It is part of a mantra. Here he gives us a technique using the same Soham, but this will be not a meditation on a point, but a meditation on the entire periphery and the circumference of a circle without a center. It is very big because it is on the Brahman. or it should have the power of a mantra. A mantra's power is normally, each word has got a specific sound effect. The effect goes inside, and those vibrations set right certain vasanas which are inside. Say clean. Clean is supposed to be for Kamabija. Whoever has got a lot of desires, by going on having that clean inside, that vibration when it goes inside, it clears him of all the desires. Perhaps initially it may satisfy many of his desires, and in due course, it just uproots all desires, wholesale. So like this, there are sound effects through which only the mantras have been framed. No doubt, Sa and Hum, they are all very beautiful mantras, because Hum is a sound which denotes the space, the infinite space. So infinity and dispassion, detachment, all these could come through Hum. And Saha, it is the key of all energies, and it is supposed to be the heart center. So this Soham, even by itself, it may have some mantric value, the value of sound effects. But here, this Soham is being expanded so that your mind can concentrate better. The mind will not concentrate in a point because it will stray here and there. It will play through it. So you give it a bigger play field so that it may not go outside the house, it will play inside the house. So it is an expansion as, who is that? Who is that Atma? What is he? So go on thinking of whatever you can know about him. Very little can be told. Yes. So the same thing can be considered as an attribute. The one about him very little can be told. Nobody knows what it is like. It has got no species or genre. It is beyond all. It is beyond words. It is beyond mind. But that is the way of thinking of that Atma. So Soham Yevam Upasita, yesterday's poem, we are in the third and the fourth and fifth. Yosau Sarvagato Devaha, these two are together. So I am taking the second one first, because the verb is there. Soham Yevam Upasita Nirvikalpena Chetasa. The meditation you do, here Upasana means to sit by the side of the Lord. That is called Upasana. As means to sit. Upa means nearby, just by the side. So Upasana means to sit by the side. So that is, in other words, the meditation where we sit very close to the presence, to the ultimate presence. Soham Yevam Upasita. One should meditate that I am that. And how we should do it? Nirvikalpena Chetasa. Let there be no other alternative thoughts which should come in his mind. Vikalpa means alternatives. Nirvikalpa means there are no alternatives. Nirvikalpa has got two different meanings. They are settled. One is undifferentiated, where you see only one, you don't see two. The unity in diversity. But here, even when you start, you can't have an undifferentiated mind. You can't see that everything is one. It is a stage which you have yet to reach. So naturally, you can't use that meaning of undifferentiated. Here it only means, let not your mind stray from this one thought that I am Brahman to any other thought about the house, about the office, about our shop, about the bank. So, Nirvikalpa. Vikalpa means the other alternatives. Nirvikalpa, without any alternative, solely stick to this one. Nirvikalpena Chetasa. With your mind concentrated solely on this one thought. What should be the thought line? Expand Who is that? Simply saying, I am that, who is that? What is that we are talking of? Then he says, this is how we should think. I am that. I am that effulgent being who is everywhere. Yosau sarvagato deva. Deva means the one who has got light, who is luminous, a luminous entity, a luminous being, full of light. Yosau sarvagato deva. The one who is everywhere, as is the material cause of all the beings in the world. Sarvatma, he is the soul of all. There are no different souls. Just as only one electricity goes into all the bulbs, irrespective of the year of manufacture of the bulb, irrespective of the wattage of the bulb, whether it is 1000 watts, whether it is 60 watts, whether it is 0 watts, there is only one electricity which goes. Or take in a workshop, where there are different types of machines, a drilling machine, a boring machine, a printing machine, a lathe. All of them are worked only by the same electricity. It is that one electricity which goes into it and then bores. It is that which goes in the other way, it does extrusion. It goes in another machine, it prints. So there is only one electricity. So Sarvatma, he is the soul who activates all the beings, who activates and makes all the various indriyas and senses function. Sarvatma, Sarvesham Atma, that is the soul of all. Sarvato Mukha, yesterday I explained it, the one whose face is everywhere. Wherever you turn, you can't miss him. His presence is there. And I said Mukha, it represents not only the mouth, it represents the doorway. So when you say Sarvato Mukha, a face with everywhere, you can interpret in various lights. Sarvato Mukha means the one who can see everywhere, because his face is on all sides. That is one method. The other method is, his presence is everywhere. You enter into any door, you are going to him only. This is strengthened by the fact that in Gita he says, Mama Vartmanu Vartante, Manushya Partha Sarvasha. By whichever path a man goes, finally he has to reach me. It is right. Something is a very tortuous path. But finally he has to turn, he has to reach me. It's a circle. And I am his center. So he has to reach me. So Sarvatomukha means the various attributes are there of the Lord. You think of any of the attributes, simply think of purity. The Lord is pure. Think of purity. Go on thinking of purity, we become pure, we will ultimately reach him. Or think of him as full of compassion. Compassion. Go on think of compassion. See all the world which is full of sorrows. Weep for it. And you become one with all the beings, and finally you will be able to reach him. So in any manner, in any facet you take him, you will be able to reach him. Sarvatomukha. With a door of entrance everywhere, on all sides. That can also be one interpretation. Sarvatatvamayaha. See, this entire world, there are some basic building blocks which are called the tattvas. Some basic building blocks, and they have been considered as 24 by the Sankhya philosophy, which we normally accept. What are those 24 tattvas out of which this entire world is made up of? It is mainly made up of the 5 great elements, Mahabhuta, Prithvi, Ap, Tejo, Vayu, Akasha, the earth, the air, the fire, the space. So these 5, they form 5 tattvas. Then you have got 10 indriyas, the 5 senses of perception and the 5 senses of action, the eyes, the ear, etc., and then the 5 senses of action, namely the hands, the feet, etc. So 10 plus 5, 15. Then the 5 tanmatras means the essence of the 5 elements. What are the essences? Essence of earth. The essence of earth is smell. What is the essence of water? Essence of water is taste. What is the essence of fire? Essence of fire is form. Rupa, rasa, sparsha, gandha. So the 5 elements have got 5 characteristics. They are called the tanmatras. With this it becomes 20. The rest 4 are mano, buddhi, ahankara, chitta. That is the mind, the intellect, chitta, the computer memory, and the ego. So this forms the 24 on which everything has been built up. Whatever is there in this world, they can be categorized into the constituents of any of these 24 elements. And who became all these 24 elements? Where from these 24 elements came? All these elements have come from Prakriti, which is the Maya Shakti of that Supreme Being. So as such, the Supreme Being has got in himself all these 24 tattvas. You cannot bring forth something which you don't possess. Supposing you want to get till oil, gingerly seed oil, you can't take a stone and squeeze it, you can't get it, because the stone doesn't contain this till oil. You get some sesame seeds, till seed, you squeeze it, then it will come. So the fact that they have been manifested out of the Lord, it shows that the Lord contained in himself all these things. Sarva Tattvamaya, the one who is at the form of all the 24 tattvas. It is he who became all those basic elements and building blocks out of which the entire world has been built up. Sarva Tattvamaya. Achintya. Then the question arose, please tell me, how is he? How tall is he? How short is he? Is he black or white? Is he a solid or a liquid or energy? He says, you know nothing about him. Achintya. You cannot even imagine what he should be like. He is beyond all imagination. You cannot think of him in any manner. He is beyond all conceptualization. You can't make a concept, you can't think, you can't even imagine, well, he'll be like this, he'll be like this. So, he is achintya. Sarvasyopari samsthitaha. He is head and shoulders above all. It can be construed in 2 meanings. Sarvasyopari samsthitaha means he is superior to all of us in any way. You take it anything naturally. We are all made up of the infinitesimal part of this. Even the greatest intelligence of the Einstein would have been a small droplet in the totality's intelligence which has created this entire earth. So how can you compare anything in this world to the Lord? It is impossible. So, Sarvasyopari samsthita. Second, you can say he is the controller of all. He is controlling everybody. And like this, then, Sarva Tattva Vyatitascha. When you say he is of the form of 24 tattvas, the building blocks, we are likely to misconceive, oh, that is all that is God. You total up all the 24 tattvas is equal to God. No. He is beyond it also. These 24 tattvas or the basic building blocks are only a part of the Supreme Being, a small and infinitesimal part. He is much more. That is why, just to give us an idea, that Lord is equal to the world. That's what many think. You total up the entire energy of the world, that should be equal to God. No. This entire universes, all the galaxies, not this one universe. There are so many universes existing. There could be one in Venus, there could be one in Jupiter. You total up all the things, it will come to a very small part of the Lord. He extends much beyond it. And just to indicate it, the Purushottamanada says, the entire world was created by him. Then, Atyadrishtad Dasangulam, he was 10 inches more beyond the world. It doesn't mean that he is 10 inches more. The idea is that he transcends the world too. Not only he is immanent in the world, but he transcends them. He goes beyond them all. Sarva Tattva Jatita. Jatita means beyond. That which has transcended. Originally he says, Sarva Tattva Maya. He is of the form of all the 24 Tattvas. All these Tattvas were constituted from the Supreme Being. And at the same time, he is much more beyond the Achintya. You cannot conceive, no conceptualization, no visualization is possible. Then, Vangmano Namavarjita. So far he has never given a name here. He is going to give Shiva. Advaita may call it as Brahman, whom we may call it as the self or the Atma. He is calling it as Lord Shiva. Lord Shiva doesn't mean Shiva with the matted hair and the gadgets and the trishula in his hand, a trident in his hand. No. This represents only the formless, ultimate, supreme consciousness. It is called the Shiva consciousness. Just as ISKCON have coined their own word, Krishna consciousness. So here we will say it is Shiva consciousness. So Vangmano Namavarjita. Namavarjitaha. Varjitaha means he is bereft of. He has got none. He has no name. Namavarjita means one without a name. What name can you give? He is all. He is Mr. Krishna. He is Dr. Gilbert Home. He is Mr. Natarajan. He is all the plants here, all the monkeys here. He is everything. It is only the Vedas which have the audacity to call God as even a dog. Namashabhyashabhadibhyasjavo namah. We bow to all the Rudras who are in the form of all the dogs, Swabhya. And not only the dogs, the masters of the dogs are also he, Shabhadibhyasjavo namah. Who can have the audacity? Because he is all, only to emphasize it, that's all. Vangmano Namavarjita. You cannot describe him by any words. Whatever words you may use, it will fall far short of the goal. It can nowhere reach him. So Vagvarjita, he is bereft of the range of all speech. He is beyond the range of speech. Mana, he is beyond the range of the mind. Why is he beyond the range of the mind? The mind cannot catch him. The mind is going so quickly, you cannot catch him. You see, I have already told, supposing there is a flower, you are coming by foot, you can stand here, you can appreciate, you can see it very well. Supposing you are coming in a car, passing through at a speed of 60 kilometers per hour, how much of the flower you can see? Just while passing you see some flower is there, you are not even sure whether the color is pink or whether it is violet, you are not sure because you passed by. Supposing you are coming a jet plane at a speed of 2,500 kilometers per hour, how much of it you can see? You cannot see it at all. You will miss it quite likely. And the mind speed is very high. So when it is passing through, how can you see the Brahman? It cannot. The way in which we can see it is, let the mind sit still at one place. Well, it can see the Brahman. So stilling the mind, making it quiet, is the only way in which you can see. So it is considered as beyond the range of the mind. Let the mind dysfunction Let the mind stop its function, it will be evident. It is the mind which covers it. So it is beyond the range of the mind. Beyond the range of the mind means through your mind you can't even imagine what it is like. The ultimate supreme being. You may call it consciousness. These are all words, words, words. Actually the full condition significance can strike you only when you actually experience it. Then it is a wonder of wonders. You will find it is beyond all what you thought of. It is beyond all what you imagined it to be. It will be something else. Then we go to the next one. यदेव निष्कलं ज्ञानं शाश्वतं ध्रुवभव्ययं निर्विकल्पम् अनिर्देश्यं हेतु दृष्टान्तवर्जितम्. We are going on still. Yeah, there will be a few more shlokas where we expand what is that which I am. When we say I am that, what is that supreme being? That ultimate consciousness, what it is like, so that we have to go on thinking in this line. Here he says, now he has come a little nearer. That is what we think. It is that consciousness, jnanam. Jnanam, see, knowledge and consciousness, but unfortunately, in our vocabulary, we think that knowledge is different and consciousness is different. Knowledge means we think that cramming the history, cramming botany, that is what we consider as knowledge. But knowledge here means that faculty of knowing things, that is that consciousness. Without consciousness you will not know. And the first knowledge is that I am, that I and amness, both are together. The existence of I am. So, yadeva nishkalam jnanam, that supreme being is a holistic knowledge. What do you mean by nishkalam? It is one whole knowledge. It is not a knowledge which can be studied in installments. You may appear for MA Physics, after 3 years for MA in Chemistry, after 4 years you may appear for MA in Maths. But here you have to appear for the entire examination together, and you will get through at one time, and it will be a knowledge of all the totality. So nishkalam means that which is made up of totality without any parts. No parts or no installments, no colors. Nishkalam jnanam. What does it mean? Now we are very much interested in knowing the entire macrocosm. Somebody makes study for 20 years and writes a thesis on coconut trees. And somebody makes a thesis on bricks, on granite rocks, some geologist, and he gets his PhD. But these are all knowledge in installments. Even that very man who has done his PhD in one subject in botany, you ask him about another subject in botany, he will not know, because he has studied only one portion of it. So it is a very, very small knowledge which we gain, and that itself takes away the entire life of us. Here is a knowledge, yena jnatena sarvamidam jnatam bhavati, by knowing which all knowledge is at your core. Even this is a real fact. Somebody had asked, I don't know whether it was from Bhagavan or from some other Mahatma, will you be able to understand anything if I go to you from physics, from medicine or other things? He says, if I concentrate on this, I can understand anything in the world. All subjects in the world, there is nothing which is impossible. We had in Kanchipuram there was a great Paramacharya who was more than 100 years old. On any subject you asked him, he will immediately tell us the etymology of it, how it came, the entire thing. A simple thing one day, people were discussing about, they prepare one eatable called upama. You ask many people how the word upama come, they didn't know. He said it is very simple. It is not upuma, it is ubuma. That mavu, that flower, when once you put in the water, it swells. So that is it's called ubbu in Tamil. So ubuma becomes upuma. Whoever thought of it. Like that he used to talk of various things in that way. So, Nishkalam Jnanam, it is your knowledge without parts, which covers all, which covers the entirety, which covers the totality of the entire universe. Nothing is left out to be known. Then, Shashvatam. See, the various other knowledge which you gain, they don't remain forever. Newton found out certain laws, which were known as Newtonian laws. But when Einstein came, all the Newtonian theory was all completely discarded. He gave certain other theories. And now, even Einstein's theories are being superseded by the most modern knowledge. So every day it changes. You cannot say that the knowledge which we gain is permanent. But this is a permanent consciousness, a consciousness which never disappeared, a knowledge which remains forever. Shashvatam, permanent, which remains forever. Dhruvam, it will be firmly entrenched. When once you have acquired that knowledge, it is a knowledge which will be deeply ingrained in you because you become that. You become that very knowledge, that very consciousness. Every particle of you, every cell of you is infused and permeated by that one consciousness. So that the conviction comes from the inside heart that I am that. There is no question afterwards. Let lakhs of people come and argue against it. He is not taken all other stock from that bookish knowledge. He knows from his experience that I am that. So it is a knowledge which remains firmly entrenched, dhruvam, firm. Avyayam. Avyayam means that which does not decay through ages. It will always remain. Even some of the great philosophies in this year, Krishna says, he starts saying that Rajavidya, Rajagukyam, Pavitramidam Avyayam. I am going to tell you one Raja Yoga which is Avyaya, which does not decay. Again the next step he says, Sakale ne hamata nashtaha parantapa. See, a long time has taken place, it in due course, it is almost lost to the world. Nobody now knows about it. So, all the other vidyas, they are exhaustible through time. One day they will be lost. Buddhism had such a firm ground in India. Next to it, perhaps in Ceylon, 10,000 monks. People used to come, bring all their followers. So at a time, 1,000 people used to get monkhood. So people were really surprised for the first time. Austerity and monkhood was brought to fore. Not that it was unknown to us, it was there in the Vedic days. But in due course, people became so fond of material life that this monkhood took a backward place. So again, Buddha came to revive it in his own way. Then Shankara had to modify it in order to suit the non-duality theory. Because in Buddhism, they never believed in a soul. So without a goal, you may not reach the highest. It may take a much longer time. A goal is an essentiality. So consciousness which is fullness, it is there, but it is being mistaken as shunya. The question is, if somebody says, yes, through meditation I saw, and the inner experience, it was all void. It's a contradiction. When you are there, when you experienced it, there might have been nobody else. Then what about you? You had seen the void, so you are very much there. So how can it be shunya? You were there. Otherwise, how did you know that it is shunya or whether there are something else? So you are very much there. So you can never negate yourself. Your presence is always there. So you cannot say at any time that nothing is present. Your presence is there. And that is the existence. So the shunya theory, this is how Shankara came up. The moment he said sarvam shunyamidam, all is shunya, he only asked one question, ko drishta, who is the seer of that void? Tell me. If you have not seen, then you have no business to talk about void. If you have seen it, you have no business to talk about void. In the way. Because there will be no void. So, nirvikalpam. This is a jnana which is absolutely undifferentiated. There is no difference between animals, worms, and the various objects in life. You will find that only one alone is there. So it is nirvikalpam. Here the word nirvikalpam means undifferentiated. While the other one, it meant something else. It meant without any other alternative. So here, nirvikalpam represents the jnana, that ultimate consciousness. That ultimate consciousness doesn't have various distinctions or differences. The jnana is one holistic jnana. It is the one holistic knowledge. Anirdeshyam. Alright. Can you point out which is the jnana? In which book it is? Where can you find it? Can you tell me a location where I can go and find whether the jnana is there? Anirdeshyam. It is something, this consciousness, that supreme consciousness is one whose location nobody can point out. Nirdesha means to point out. Here, here, here. Anirdesha means that which cannot be pointed out. That whose location can never be pointed out. You cannot say it is here. That is why when thousands of scalpels were taken out and they wanted to find where that consciousness in the brain, they found out that the brain consists of no consciousness. Your entire brain has no consciousness. This is the truth which is disclosed by neurosurgeons. Italians mainly, they were the ones who did that originally. Then they wanted to find out where inside the other body, where does it come from? And finally they said, nobody can see. It is beyond time and space. That's what they finally wrote. It is beyond time and space. It comes. And that is why it is anirdeshyam. As it comes from beyond time and space is a small creation. And we are talking of the Creator, the one who can conceive of lakhs and lakhs of such consciousness, lakhs and lakhs of such universes. And you cannot say where it is. Because the word where doesn't apply. The word where refers to space and time. That is only when the creation started. Before the creation, the existence was there. At that time, there was neither time nor space. So how can you say where? So it existed beyond time and space. Lastly, Hetu Drishtanta Varjitam. It is Hetu Varjitam, it is also Drishtanta Varjitam. Hetu means cause. In this world, we are so accustomed to cause and effect. If you find a small plant, you will immediately ask, where is the seed for it? I would like to grow the same plant. So you take it for granted that this plant can come only from the seed. Seed is the cause of the plant. But this supreme consciousness, it was ever existed. There was no time when it didn't exist. It existed before all space and time. It existed before all creation. So who is it who could have seen when it was born? It was never born. It had always been there. It is not because anything which comes into existence can also go out of existence. But this is the very essence of existence. The existence, the essence of existence can never die. Hetu Vanchitam, without any cause. There is no cause beyond it. It is the ultimate cause of all causes in the world. It is the ultimate one. This has no cause. It is not derived from something else. It had always existed in its purity. It is virginity. Drishtanta Varjita. You cannot compare it with anything. When you say, what is this Brahman like? Can you give me an example? There are certain things for which you cannot give an example. In Valmiki Ramayana, he describes the battle between Rama and Ravana. Both were equally great warriors. Ravana was such a great warrior, he earns applause from the mouth of Ram himself. He was not a coward. He might have other weaknesses. But he was a great warrior, a warrior of great repute. Then how was that battle? Battle between two most superior people whom nobody could easily win over. He says, Gaganam Gaganakaram Sagara Sagaropamaha Rama Ramaniyor Yuddham Rama Ramaniyor Yuddham. You cannot give an example. Rama Ravana's battle was just like the battle of Rama Ravana. You can't give another example. How is this infinite space? It is just like space. Gaganam Gaganakaram. How is this vast ocean like? Can you give another example for an ocean? The ocean is just like an ocean. You can't give another example of it. These are all unique. You have got only one model of its type. You can't give another example. So like that, he is Drishtanta Varjitam. Drishtanta means analogy, simile, where you give a similarity. You cannot give a similarity. You can't draw a parallel. No parallel exists. Drishtanta Varjitam. Bereft of any simile, bereft of any analogy, bereft of anything parallel to it. Now we go to the next one. Alingam Aksharam Shantam Vishayatita Gocharam Avibhavyam Asandeham Tat Aham Natra Samshayaha. Natra Samshayaha. There is no doubt at all, I can assure you. Tat Aham, I am that. You see, this is a method where you straight away think at all times. You never think that I am the finite body, I am a mortal, I am subject to birth and death, I am having spondylitis, I am having arthritis, I am having various other problems, intestinal problems. Never think like that. Always say, I am pure, I am that, I am always liberated. So at all times you always say that I am the infinite, I am the infinite, I am all powerful. Don't try to demonstrate, I am all powerful, I will be able to break the ground. Don't try those things. This is only a matter of a sadhana, a practice. Go on doing it for a length of time, you will begin to believe in it, and a day will come when by thinking of it all other thoughts will go, and you will ultimately become that Brahma. They say, Brahma Chintayitva Brahmaiva Bhavati. The one who goes on thinking of that Atman, of that Brahman, that Supreme Being, go on thinking of it, you will ultimately become that. So this is one method. This is the most modern method also in psychiatry. He says, alingam. What sort of that I am? Atra na samshaya. Here there is no doubt on what? Tatil aham. I am that. Aham means I, tatil means that. I am that Supreme Being, there is absolutely no doubt about it. What sort of that? Alingam. The Supreme Being we are referring to doesn't have a matted hair, doesn't have a trident in one hand, doesn't have 3 eyes. So these are all the linga, the symbols or the signs of Lord Shiva. Similarly, the Supreme Being that doesn't have a conch shell or a discus, a chakra or a gada, which are all the characteristics with which we conceive of Lord Vishnu, Lord Narayana. No. This one has got absolutely no symbol, no signs by which you can recognize it. You can recognize Lord Vishnu if he comes here, if he has got his chakra and gada. Supposing he leaves everything, he comes in ordinary dhoti. We will tell sir, please sit there, don't come here. That's all. We will never know that he is Lord Narayana. How do we know? He is Alinga. He doesn't have any special signs to reveal himself as to what he is. So this is Alinga. Alingam, without any symbols or signs of recognition. You cannot recognize it by any sign. Then Aksharam. Kshara means that which decays. Akshara means immutable, imperishable, that which is not subject to decay. That is called Akshara. Then Shantam. All of us, when we sit down, we find our mind gets agitated over so many things. We are worried about tomorrow's milkwala. Oh, tomorrow he said the milkwala won't come. What shall we do? Who will go for 3 kilometers? You get up at 8 o'clock. By that time, all the milk will be sold off. You are worried about such a small thing. Avoid together, you go on thinking about it. So when you sit for meditation, it is the milk pocket which comes, but not the Lord's pocket. So the final one, that ultimate consciousness, if only you reach that stage, there is a stage where there is absolutely no thought, you are absolutely quiescent, you are tranquil. So Shanta. Shanta means quiet, tranquil, quiescent, absolutely unagitated, all thought waves are lost. A stage where there will be no agitation, there will be no perturbance of the mind,